Alright, tonight's lesson is lesson 42, and we are doing two things tonight. We're doing short division and divisibility by 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so first we're going to start with short division. And when we do short division, go ahead and write this down. We follow all of the steps of normal division, but we do not write every number down. Okay, so I'm going to do this problem really quickly, the long way, or the way that you know how to do it. So I'm going to say, how many times does 4 go into 5? 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. When you subtract, you have 1. Bring down your 6. How many times does 4 go into 16? Well, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. You subtract, you get 0. That is the long way to do division. And so I'm going to show you how to do the short way. And it's the same thing. You are just putting small numbers instead of making your problem long. Okay, so you do the same thing. It says, how many times does 4 go into 5? 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. And instead of writing it down, you just say, okay, what is 5 minus 4? That's 1. And you put the 1 up here. Now you ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 16? 4. 4 times 4, 16 minus 16, 0, so you don't have to bring anything down, and that's your answer. So you're basically putting your subtraction problem, whatever your answer is, up into the front of the next problem, into the front of your next number. So that's how you're going to do your problem. Okay, the next one. I have kind of put my answers already there. I'm going to do a couple more examples so you can kind of get the hang of it. And it says, in short division, we write the subtraction answer in front of the next digit. Okay, so I'm going to do it. I've already written down my answer there, but I'm going to show you and walk you through the problem about how it works. Okay, so how many times does 5 go into 8? 1 time. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3, so I write my 3 up here. Now I have the number 34. And how many times does 5 go into 34? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, that would be 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So 30 minus 34, and you get 4. So I put my 4 up here, and then I have it next to my 0. So how many times does 5 go into 40? It goes in 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. All right, and we're going to do the next one over here. Okay, all you're doing is taking your number, your answer, and putting it next to the number here and making a different subtraction problem instead of going down. Okay, so we say, how many times does 2 go into 8? And 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0, so I'm going to put a 0 here. Now I say, how many times does 2 go into 3? 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now I ask, how many times does 2 go into 11? 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 11 minus 10 is 1. How many times does 2 go into 18? 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. Now, you might not like short division. Some students find it easier to do long division, and some like it better short division. I prefer long division, but if you really get the hang of short division and you like this better, it saves you some space or it's quicker, you are more than welcome to do this on your test. But there will be a question on the next couple tests that will say, please show me how to do this division problem with short division. So you still do need to know how to do it, but when you're doing your homework, whichever way feels more comfortable for you, you can do it that way. All right, now on to the second half of the lesson. And it says divisibility. So what does that mean? And it means the ability of a number to be divided by another number without a remainder. So if that number can go into a different number evenly, you don't have a remainder, it fits in perfectly. Okay, so today we're talking about 3, 6, and 9, okay? So the rule for a 3, so if a 3 can fit into a number, it's a sum, so the answer to an addition problem of its digits is divisible by 3. Okay, so I have the example 438. So it's the sum of its digits. So I have to add 4 plus 3 plus 8. When you add those three numbers together, okay, you get, so if you add them 4 plus 3 plus 8, you get 15. Okay, now the sum of its digits, so 15, and then if 15 is divisible by 3. So 15, if 3 can fit into 15 evenly, which it can, 5, okay, then it is easily divisible by 3. So then yes, so that number 438 will work. All right, for 6, if it's even and divisible by 3. So I'm not going to do another problem, but you can see here 438 is even. Yes, and the way you can tell is just by looking at the last digit. If it's an even number, it's even. If it's an odd number, the whole number is odd. So following the first rule, if the sum of its digits are divisible by 3 and it's even, 6 will also fit in evenly. Okay, and then 9, the sum of its digits, so taking that number and adding all of them together, is divisible by 9. Okay, so I'm going to try 468. So you add 4 plus 6 to get 10, plus 8 is 18. So you add these all together, 4 plus 6 plus 8, and you get 18. Now is 18 divisible by 9? Sure, you get 2. So 468 is divisible by 9. On your homework and on some tests, you will have like larger numbers. And so you'll have to know these rules to find out if 3, 6, or 9 can fit in evenly. So here is your lesson practice. For numbers 1, 2, and 3, you're using short division. So remember, go up to the top and look at your notes and see how to do it if you don't remember. And then 4 and 5, you just need to tell me what numbers fit in evenly to 1,350 and 4,371. So does the 3 fit in, does the 6 fit in, or does the 9 fit in?